So in collaborating with the district and asking several stakeholders, many stakeholders, what the needs are for our schools, all the way from administration to teachers, there was a wide range of programming needs that we identified, from donors choose, so teachers could get items they need in their classrooms to serve the students, to mental health needs for the entire district, which is the biggest investment the foundation will make over the next 5 years, and the Art in Schools program, which will meet the needs of all elementary schools, 3rd and 4th graders. They can get formal art education. So it's a really wide range of programming that the community is investing in through the foundation, but it was done with a lot of intention and purpose and stakeholder input from the community.
I have started, I think, 3 projects now for Donors Choose. One project, I got flexible seating because I have a special ed room and a lot of my kids have hyperactivity, and that was such a good investment because they're able to stem and have their bounces while also interacting with our lessons. And it's been great because it hasn't been a distraction. And then I started a classroom grocery store as well for my other project, and that's been great because the kids get to self-assess at the end of class and tell me if they did a great job or they didn't do their best that day. And then at the end of the week, they can use that money to either save up or buy something from our store. So it helps with their math and money skills and also self-assessing.
One of my Donors Choose projects was to get the book Frindle in my classroom. Really, during last year, whenever we weren't sharing supplies, we couldn't share books. And so a way that we were getting around that was trying to make sure we had books for everybody so that everybody could follow along. I think novel studies are really, really important in classrooms so that kids can see the authors use all of the elements that we're learning and reading in these amazing stories that they create. And I think it's really, really important for kids to have that actually in their hand. And so that's something that I wanted to do for Donors Choose, was to put a book in every single kid's hand for whenever we did a novel study. So that's one of the ones that I did.
Art for our younger kids, again, is so important. We do lots of crafts for our letter of the week. So this week our letter was the letter E, and we made eagles and they fly in our room. I got a fan so they actually fly, and I think those just components of art also help those critical thinking skills that all of the businesses now are looking for. And starting that again early is the most important thing.
I like to draw and color. I think it just helps me get in a good mood and calm down when I'm stressed.
I think the Art in Schools program for students is really important because it gives them a chance to have a moment to just be creative and be themselves and get to express themselves in a way that I don't think they normally get to. It's so interesting to them that they've seen how the colors mix together or the different possibilities that you can make with art, and I think that's really important for kids. It's probably important for adults too, to have that moment of creativity.
I think for my students particularly, that just reflection of how they feel, I think for them to have a place to go and tools to use, I think it really just helps them foster their love of school. It's so important for them to be able to express their feelings, even if they can't do it verbally. So I have 6 sensational children and 16 typically developing children. And just to have those coping skills throughout life is so important, and those foundational skills early are shown to have the most importance.
I think first and foremost, we as teachers want to model what it's like to self-regulate appropriately. So one of the biggest pieces of the curriculum that we teach is just teaching us how to focus on our own emotions and our own feelings and having those in a place where we're able to help someone else. So, one of the biggest pieces of what we've learned is just how to take care of ourselves.
I've been a student ambassador for 2 years now, but I originally applied because I just have this passion for philanthropy. I absolutely love going out to local businesses and getting to know the community and getting donations from local businesses. It's just really heartwarming knowing that our community is so kind and so giving, so that's always a great thing to experience.
What I enjoy the most is getting to work with my peers and my classmates on a respecting level. Like, we get to communicate and really get to hear each other, our interests and our thoughts about what we could do to enhance and better our future. And I think it's really great that we get to do that.
Well, Edmond Public Schools does make up a large amount of our community, and I think it's really important, especially because I'm sure everyone has those connections, knows people who are either in Edmond Public Schools or have a student that they know, and I think it's really cool that they can know what they're giving to versus just giving money and then having their money lost somewhere. They know that they're going to be impacting individual classrooms, individual teachers, individual students, and it's a personal connection there as well. And also, I just think it's important to give because just the more stuff that comes in, the more we're going to get out of it at the end of the day, and the more we can get out, the more successful students and teachers can be in the future.
Teachers only have such a limited amount of money that goes into their supplies because they're also there to make a living. Teachers are paying out of pocket to decorate their classrooms and to make their students' lives better. The resources that we as children need, like other mental health outlets and supplies in the classroom that can help our learning, and we need resources.
We know that the Edmond Public Schools Foundation does a lot for our school district, and so as a student ambassador, we wanted to do our best to give back to the foundation, and so we decided that hosting the Celebration of Excellence would be our best way for us to help out with the foundation and really fund something that is meaningful to them and meaningful to the teachers.
It is an honor. Last year was very difficult, as everyone knows, just going in between everything and no one knows what's going to happen the next day. And there were some days where I didn't know if I was doing a good enough job. And so having that award really gave me that affirmation that I needed. That just really showed me that I was on the right track and in my career I picked the right thing.
I was so honored and touched when they told me that I had been nominated. You know, everyone wants to be appreciated, but to know that you're respected by your peers and hear some of the wonderful things that they said just makes it all feel worthwhile. It feels like you're making a difference in your small part of the world.
You have so many different hats as a teacher. You're not just there delivering information. You're providing an environment for them to feel successful, for them to thrive, for them to be challenged, for them to fail, and to pick themselves back up. And so I fell in love with it, and I can't ever see myself doing something different than that. It's funny how you kind of find your way back to the places that influence you the most.
I think when you look at the city of Edmond and you look at where we are today, and probably one of the top cities in the country for a couple of reasons. The main reason is our public schools. So I think it's important for all of us to join together and put our shoulders to that wheel and help the Edmond Public Schools Foundation help the Edmond schools.
As a teacher, I think it's really important to have community support because we can't do this alone. We're all in it together, and after they leave school, they go home, and so they're in all of these environments, and so I think if we can work together, we can have a sense of unity. Without their support, I wouldn't be able to have those things.
You can fund any project by the donors choose. We can fund art projects or athletic things, really just any sort of project that you want, so you can find something to donate to that means something to you.